I'm sure you are aware of what SOPA and PIPA legislation is, but if you don't, you really should, because you're watching this video right now, on the internet, because you currently have the freedom to. SOPA has been on the table for quite a while now, but it was only recently that it gained the attention of the masses. And why? Because people thought, oh, this could actually pass. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, all these websites I love could be in danger. But once again, the vote has been postponed, and what I hope doesn't happen is people just think, oh, cool, back to normal then. I can't whistle, by the way. Apathy is one of the biggest problems in society, but is there any surprise it exists when you have people in Congress trying to pass it like this? And it doesn't matter if they keep postponing the vote. We want it killed off completely. We want people representing our countries that go, that was a stupid idea. What the hell were we thinking? Not, oh, look at this lovely money. Look at this lovely money for me. These legislations are ridiculous. But let's start things simple though, with some analogies. It's like saying, if someone was caught photocopying a book in the library, we should shut the library down. Or if someone went to a library with a book of their choosing and placed it on the shelf. They had no permission from the author to do that. They should just close down the library. Yeah, that's a great idea. It's like saying if someone was attacked by a shark when swimming, because it does occasionally happen. And the US government's like, oh yeah, we can't let that happen again. Let's spend loads of our time and resources on finding a way to electrify the ocean. That'll stop the sharks with their agendas. But yeah, sure, people like to swim in the ocean, but we can't have shark attacks, can we? It's like arresting a student because their final dissertation contains some content. We call that research. That wasn't theirs, even though they cited it, even though they put a reference of where they got the content from. Even though that's the whole point in research, building on other people's theories and aiding progress in society. It's like a government initiative to stop murder from happening by blowing up the world and making it uninhabitable. That is a genius idea. It's like saying because some drunk gets into his car and crashes it on the way home that the government should close down the brewer who made the drink, the car manufacturer that made the car that he crashed, and closing down the road that he used and crashed on. Or the sidewalk if he crashed on the sidewalk. I don't know the situation, to be honest. It's like stopping someone from decorating their kid's birthday cake with their favourite cartoon character because they don't own the rights to the image. Oh wait, that did actually happen. It's like making seeds sterile because some farmers took the initiative to share their fertile seeds for free. And that is also true. It's like if a member of government, let's say for example Lamar Smith, the architect of the SOPA legislation, used on his own website a background image which he didn't own the rights to. Imagine that. Oh wait, that too happened. You have no principle, Lamar Smith. You probably don't even believe in the legislation. What you believe in is the money that you probably got from lobbyists. It's been said by many that if you can't handle pirates, don't get in the water. And that's the whole point really, isn't it? The companies that support SOPA legislation are those that haven't evolved with the times. They've been losing all this money to piracy, but it's because they haven't adapted. Rupert Murdoch tweeted the other day, "Don't care about people not buying movies, programmes or newspapers, just stealing them." What, does he think people are stealing newspapers now? Yeah, okay, that was a third of what he said, but let's just take newspapers. The main reason most people don't pay for news subscriptions online is because they can get it elsewhere legally for free. And that's called competition, so deal with it. Just look at stuff like Netflix, Spotify, ad-sponsored YouTube content, and Project Pledge websites. These are some great examples of how you deal with online piracy. What is not a solution is restrictive policy from government. So SOPA means silence in Greek, and it's quite fitting with how government try to sneak it under the radar. And SOPA means sweep in Swedish, which is what the government keeps saying they're doing, sweeping it aside, but that doesn't mean it's gone away completely. The government will try and pass it when you least suspect it, just like they did with the NDAA on New Year's Eve. And I know what you're thinking, why am I getting involved with American politics? Why don't I mind my own business? Because believe it or not, some of the actions the US government takes affects everyone in the world. And I know there are some very patriotic Americans out there who want the awesomeness of USA to be heard in every country in the world. But if you're going to do that, you have to be fair and acknowledge the not so awesome parts about your country as well. SOPA affects everyone with the internet, and in some cases it feels like the US is trying to police the world. I mean, what next? I'm going to be driving out my street and then I get extradited to the US for driving on the wrong side of the road. One of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life is the internet. and YouTube for that matter. It's allowed me to express myself freely, connect with people from many different backgrounds from all over the world. And most importantly, it's allowed me to become a better person. The establishment really doesn't like losing control, and therefore we must ensure legislations like SOPA and PIPA, whatever they're labelled, are not passed, because the worst thing about censorship is